what it's going to take. It's going to take you and me, all of us. Woo. Yes, yes, yes.
Every
so
morning.
You played that song. Hello, family. I feel so good. Well, I thought I was going to surprise you by introducing our speaker, but I see when she got up here, she introduced herself. So now I have to, yeah. So let me tell you what I know about her. As one of our congregants, our brother, Arthur says, calls her Mother Love. She's my soul sister. My sister love. I met Rita 20-some years ago at Sound Place. We were just, well, she'd been in the movement long before that. But that's where our souls touched. I know her to be loving, and you know she's huggable. I mean, she'll hug this table, and it'll feel it. It'll feel it. She's a giver. She gives of herself. She gives so much of herself. Sometimes I tell her, you're doing too much. But that's her. Reverend T even said, what is she doing now? But that's Rita. That's Rita. If you a member, I mean, she only has one biological child, but her extended family is so wide. She makes everybody feel like you're a part of her. She gives everybody individual attention. So much so, she shares herself so much, she has to walk around talking about, focus, I gotta focus. If you know her, she goes through the sanctuary, she might stop and talk to you for a moment, and then she'll remember what she was supposed to, I gotta focus. She's generous. She shares her time. She gives of herself. She gives her time to you. Any of you who know her and have been a recipient of that attention and that caring, you know that it's sincere. You know that it comes from deep within. You know that she's led by spirit. She's a superior teacher if you've taken any of her classes. She knows her stuff. She not only teaches, but she walks it. She lives it. She lives it. She says she's shy. She is to a certain extent. I find her to be very loving, very caring. And I know that as she steps forward today, that we're going to hear from that deep well, from that spirit that just flows through her each and every day. I am honored. It's my pleasure to introduce to you my sister love, my soul sister. Help me bring her to the podium, Rita Naylor.
Every morning, the light keeps getting brighter as I wake up to the truth. And every day, I'm feeling so much lighter, and the world seems fresh and new. What I was taught and the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago. Now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. Each day I start anew, and so I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to confusion. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to such sadness. Today is the day I walk away. Every day I walk away. Every morning brings a new beginning. By grace another day to be. I awaken to the sun upon me shining, lighting the way for me to see. Oh, things that I sought and the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago. Now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. Of yesterday I'm letting go. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to confusion. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the less than that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to such sadness. Today is the day I walk away. Every day I walk away. Today is the day I walk away.
Woo, 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 woo. Okay, the name of that song is I Walk Away by Eddie Watkins. The reason I chose that song is that today is the day I choose to walk away from the story. Good morning again, Center of Peace. You know, tears aren't really supposed to be on the script, but you know, I'm just letting Spirit have its way, and it is what it is. My daughter said, you know, try to stick to the script, Mommy, because we have somewhere to be at 4. I am. You know, every time I take a shower, the words just come through me, come to me, you know, and I was like, oh, I have to add this, I have to add that, I have to add. Stick to the script, Mommy. You know, you'll notice I'm barefoot. My niece, who's unable to be here, she said, go barefoot, Aunt Rita, so that you remain grounded at all times. So this is for you, Shanae. I've been a practitioner, for those of you that don't know me and weren't here in the beginning, for over 10 years. I thank Carletta for introducing me this morning, because when I met her many, many, many years ago, and when she was a practitioner, I said to her, I'm not doing that. You know, but Spirit just simply has its way with you when you say yes, which leads me to how I came to speak today. Reverend Tawana asked me over 6 months ago to do this talk because she knew she wasn't going to be here. And I said, absolutely not. I said, oh, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not, because you know I don't do that. I said, there's so many other people that can do it. You know, they can do it. I'm like, you know, I don't do that. She looked at me. She said, Rita Naylor, I've never seen you like this. I was like, I started whining. She said, oh. Now, most of you don't hear the whine. Well, some of you do, because I can whine. But as she's looking at me, for those of you that have been in her office, not only was she looking at me, but that huge picture that she has of Reverend Sheila, she's looking at me. She said, you know what she said, go deeper. Go deeper. Why are you acting small? You've got this. We've talked about this many, many, many times. It's time. Today is the day you get to walk away. You get to start anew. I said, okay, I'll think about it. She just looked at me. So I knew that despite my immediate aversion to speaking, that I had been seeing this speaking thing come up more and more and more. Through meditation, through all kinds of things, it was just coming to me, and I was like, that's what really frightened me. Because what you know and what I know is that whatever you give your attention to, you are creating more of it and more of it in your life. So I was like, oh, come on, no. And it kept coming back up. So I knew that it was my time, because when I looked at the theme for this month, trusting out loud, come on, Rita. I said, darn, this really is going to be me. You know, because all along throughout the months, Reverend Tawana's been calling me and she said, you good? I said, I'm still thinking. She said, you're good. I was like, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. But I knew it was already done. So then a couple of weeks ago, we had Reverend Carolyn here. I mean, everybody is just, you know, the message is coming loud and clear through everyone. And Reverend Carolyn comes and she talks about you can't swim from back here. You got to step to the front of the diving board and you got to just jump right in. And I'm like, okay. So the story that I've been telling, for those of you that don't know the story, that I didn't get to tell you the story because I really loved telling this story, is that I don't speak in front of groups. I don't do it. You've never seen, well, most of you have never seen me do it. I don't do it, okay? Why? Because I'm nervous. I'm afraid. I know I'm the only one in this room, so it's kind of hard for you to catch what I'm putting out, but yeah. So I want to properly take you back to how this story got started. This weed that was planted in my garden when I was 6. Because that's what we have to do. We have to look at where did this belief come from? Where did it get started? So I was doing a piano recital that I totally botched, horridly. I don't have another word that suits that. It was really bad. And everyone told me how bad it was. I wasn't at the center of peace. So from that moment on, I thought, that's it. But you know, what has come to me in the shower is that little girl was wounded. That made her feel unsafe. So she didn't want to put herself out there anymore to feel that again. Because not one person said, play it again, baby, you'll be all right. Because that's really all it takes. Because when you make a mistake, you fall down and you get right back up. But I didn't get back up. I stayed down. So that belief stayed with me. Through school, when I was to do an oral presentation, the teacher said, you're going to do an oral presentation. I said, no, listen, I don't do that. I don't do that. I'll write a report. And they were like, okay. Who does that? I'm an educator. Who lets kids go? That's another talk. However, each time I wrote a report, I never, 3rd through 12th grade, gave an oral presentation. Never. I wrote a report every time. Shout out to Cheney University, because Cheney said, oh, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. I was like, no, you don't understand. You didn't get the memo. I don't do oral presentations. They said, Miss Johnson, go somewhere. And that's when I fainted in front of the class. Now, so the story continues. I became a teacher and spoke in front of a large group every day. My story continued. I don't speak in front of groups. I'm afraid. I did in-service training for large groups of teachers. The story continued. I don't speak in front of crowds. I get too nervous. As one of my requirements as a practitioner, we deliver the message, as Zuma and Layla did within the past few weeks, months. I delivered the message, which I did over 10 years ago. My story continued. I don't speak in front of people, crowds, groups. I get too nervous. Even though the story of fear didn't align with what I was doing, I continued to believe the story. And I continued to get exactly what I expected. Fear, fear, fear. Nonetheless, I continued with this story for over 50 years. I absolutely, to the core of my being, believe in the principles of this teaching. I believe, I know that I live in principle to the degree I can recognize where I am out of alignment. To the degree I can recognize, I need you to hear that. I live in principle to the degree I can recognize I'm out of alignment. I can't live in it unless I can see it. That's why we have to surround ourselves with each one of you, with the people that know who you are. I'm so grateful that I'm surrounded by people who can see what I can't see, or are willing to see what I don't choose to see. I'm so grateful for Reverend Tawana,